dusted only to play for pride. Well, on PKNP's side, again, that they'll be taking on uitm, PJ City, JDT, which is what they'll be looking at closely because it's not in their hands anymore. If PJ City can get a result tonight, and PKNP could be knocked out, but they'll be hoping otherwise. PKNS will be taking on Negeri Sembilan, Terengganu and Kedah will be the big one who can top that table or who even can qualify. And there'll be 4 matches live today on our iFlix coverage. Just looking into both the sides tonight, and if you look at what's going on right here, as just mentioned, Jodo Takzim will be looking to try and secure their top spot, as PJ City has had a good run with 9 points. A point there probably could just take them into a very good place. PKNP themselves just got to look at their 3 points, because that will put them on 7 points tonight if they can get the win. And if JDT can get a win as well, then it's all to play for on match day 6, when PJ City will be taking on PKNP. That is what is at stake at Group B tonight. As we have heard throughout Malaysia that the haze is taking place. Lots of matches around Klang Valley has been in a bit of a question. But as we have heard, all matches will be live and kicking off at 9 p.m. Home side, I think Abu Bakar Fadzim will be looking to bring on his toughest and strongest lineup, as I'll bring you the lineup shortly. And just purely because it's been not a very good season. It's been a very disappointing season for Abu Bakar Fadzim. He'll be looking at the very last bit if he can qualify. And tonight is where everything lies.
Ready? Okay, Coach. Break yang panjang tempoh hari. So, pastinya ada sesuatu yang Coach fikirkan tentang uitm pada malam ni?
Semestinya saya ingin melihat perwatakan pemain ya. Apabila kita masih ada ruang dan peluang untuk pasukan PKNP FC untuk memberi saingan pada top 2 dalam grup B, syaratnya kita harus menggunakan peluang pemain tempat sendiri dan juga mencari 3 mata penuh lah untuk malam ni. Apa jua balance untuk last game depends kepada rezeki dan juga pemain menggunakan peluang untuk mencari kemenangan pada malam ni.
Coach, terakhir itu hari kekalahan besar di tangan JDT. Pastinya ada kesilapan yang Coach sedari dan akan diperbaiki pada perlawanan pada malam ni, Coach?
Ya, memang kita terkejut lah. Dan saya pun terpaksa melihat dari jauh kerana saya ada kursus. Memang saya lihat untuk ya berlakunya kekalahan yang besar, kita pastinya banyak elemen-elemen yang perlu kita perbaiki ya, dari segi karakter pemain, mentality, winning mentality, to respect kepada pasukan oponen, menghadkan pergerakan dan kebolehan pemain PKNP FC. Dan bagi saya what is past, pemain telah faham dan juga mereka, saya telah sahut cabaran mereka pada malam ni ya. Perbaiki kesilapan, masih ada ruang. This is football, wherever you lose, tentunya pressure dan juga mood tu akan berlainan jikalau kita meraih kemenangan ya. So saya ingin melihat mereka mengubah mood tu daripada 2 minggu yang sudah kepada mood yang lebih, orang kata apa, lebih berwibawa lah untuk PKNP FC. Ini hasrat saya ya.
Coach, optimis tak merebut 100 slot untuk ke suku akhir dalam grup ni, Coach, untuk pasukan PKNP sendiri?
Ya, realistik untuk terkini memang kita nampak advantage pada pasukan JDT is confirm lah. Pada pasukan PJ City is one more step untuk mereka merebut second slot ya. Untuk PKNP FC is 50-50 ya. Bagi saya, chance, macam saya cakap tadi, chances ada, kecuali kita akan menang pada malam ni, perlu menang. Karakter menang tu perlu diterjemahkan pada malam ni. Baru perlawanan terakhir itu bermakna untuk pasukan PKNP FC. Ini challenge untuk tim saya pada malam ni.
Okey, Coach, last harapan Coach sendirilah untuk anak-anak buah pada malam ni, pastinya memberikan persembahan yang terbaik, Coach.
Ya, semestinya ya, kerana this is professional players ya. Kalah menang dalam satu-satu perlawanan libatkan perwatakan mereka dan usaha mereka untuk wake up dan untuk comeback, untuk performance. Kerana performance ni akan dilihat oleh semua pasukan, ya, pasukan yang berminat dan juga pasukan yang ingin mencari pemain-pemain yang berwibawa lah, pada tahun hadapan ke pada tahun akan datang. Dan bagi saya PKNP FC telah memberi ruang dan peluang untuk pemain-pemain saya yang belum dikenali sehingga dikenali. Dan saya menyuruhlah mereka menggunakan peluang yang ada ni untuk comeback strongly untuk mengutip 3 mata penuh pada malam.
Well, UiTM on the other hand is left to play for pride. They were the best joint attacking force in the Premier League, but the Malaysia Cup has come too far-fetched for them as they only scored a goal so far. They are travelling tonight, as you know, to Manjong, and they will be hosting JDT on match day 6. This is only
nak buat
pride.
coach menentang PKNP pada malam ni, coach?
Kita break lama, kita buat persiapan juga. Tapi pada yang sama juga kita ada kekurangan 2-3 tempat di mana kita 2-3 pemain yang kita injured serius, yang patut rehat panjang, ada 3 orang. Dan kita setuju juga dengan foreigner 3 orang tanpa 4 orang. Seorang dah terlalu injured dan lama juga. Jadi kita guna 3 orang foreigner. Walaupun perjalanan kita ke Manjung ni, kita mengharap kita dapat 3 poin lah. Sebab kita masih 0 poin sana kan. Kurang kita dapat 3. Walaupun kita tak ada peluang-peluang lagi dalam bercakap, tapi ada 2 matlamat sini. Pertama, nak melihatkan budak kita ni boleh tak macam kita nak tengok mereka siapa yang selayaknya berada dalam UiTM untuk tahun depan. Itu misi kita ni. Yang keduanya, kita nak bersaing, nak curi poin lah. Kurang kita ada poin 1, 2, 3 poin sekarang dalam kotak poin tu.
Coach, 7 perlawanan terakhir PKNP belum pernah ditewaskan di Manjung. So, apa sasaran coach untuk menentang PKNP pada malam ni lah?
Saya menurut saran kita nak dapatkan poin saja. Sama 1 poin, 3 poin itu bukan dapat poin. Kita nak sisihkan kotak yang kosong tu. Tapi insyaAllah saya pemain saya nampaknya lebih fokus, lebih kesungan, nampak latihan 2-3 minggu nampak kesungan ada. Dan kita pada 1-2 friendly game nampaknya positif. Dan mengharapkan malam ni apa persembahan mereka baik dan mereka dapat lampuan malam ni, insyaAllah.
Coach, pandangan coach tentang prestasi Zako di pentas Piala Malaysia, bagaimana coach melihat prestasi beliau?
Saya melihat Zako dalam Malaysia ni agak berkurangan. Sebab apa? Tempoh hari ketika beliau bersama UiTM di peringkat awalnya, kita ada Robert Mendy. Dan Robert Mendy membuat kerja banyak di bawah itu yang bantu beliau untuk menjalankan gol. Bila kita kehilangan Robert Mendy, kita dapat berganti tak begitu baik untuk dia. Jadi sampai itulah kurang kita di second round dalam Liga Perdana. Bila masuk Malaysia Cup pula, bersaing dengan tim besar, nampak Zako tenggelam sikit. Sama juga tidak ada support yang baik untuk dia. Dan apatah budak kita ni masih dalam experience yang kurang experience. Jadi nampak dia tenggelam dalam ni. Cuma 1-2 gol skor melalui free kick dan juga penalti saja.
Coach, last harapan coach sendiri dah kepada anak-anak buah coach, pastinya memberikan persembahan yang terbaik pada malam ni.
Yes, kita mengharapkan mereka, malam saya jumpa mereka, kita ada tekanan untuk mereka, saya nak mereka bagi yang terbaik malam ni. Bila mereka bagi terbaik, hasilnya insyaAllah terbaik. Itu saja.
Baik, terima kasih coach. Good luck.
Well, it's a crucial match here for Manjung because as we don't know what the future promises for this club side. Beautiful venue, relegated this season in the Super League, only left to play in this Malaysia Cup. And tonight, it's in their hands to win the 3 points, but qualification at the moment is not in their hands, as if JDT does not get a result, then PJ City will qualify alongside them. But at the moment, if you're looking at pknp's form, what has helped them is that form at this very stadium. They've managed to pull a miracle when they took on JDT to get a draw, and they certainly have also got a win here, and that shows performance. What's on their side is they've got 2 remaining home games tonight and on Wednesday. And if you look at the lineup, he's also made, again, some young changes, bringing in some young fresh blood, where Aidil Azwan will start at right back, and also Mukairi Ajmal, who started a couple of times this season, just coming in. But I think he'll be banking again on Yashir Pinto, who's been great service in this Malaysia Cup. A bit of hit or miss in the Super League, but he's done well in the Malaysia Cup. And if you look at Giancarlo, his movement in the box causes any kind of defense nightmare. Pedro Victor as well has pushed up a few times and got a couple of goals so far. This is where he will be hoping tonight to try and secure 3 points, as he mentioned at pre-interview, that he needs the players to raise the bar. He's challenged them. Zohri Tajuddin, who's not new to the scene, who's officiated some huge games in Larkin at Nasiruddin this season, will be the man in charge. And as you look at your screen, Zarko Korach, a player who was scoring at fun, at joy in the Premier League. But now you would look in the Malaysia Cup, they've only scored a goal this season in this Malaysia Cup. UITM, on the other hand, has made a couple of changes themselves. Isman Solehin coming in, Amirul Ashraf at centre-back with Zukairi going out. And they'll be hoping at Zarko Korach. No further than that. I think if you look into what Ismail Zakaria was mentioning, they certainly missed Robert Mendy after his departure mid-season due to a long-term injury. They certainly couldn't find a replacement. Macon's nowhere near been anywhere. How Robert Mendy was a serviceman to this UITM club side. And if you look at the bench, certainly you're looking at PKNP as a Super League side. Al Fateh, who's one of the regulars to come off the bench. Ezani, who starts a couple of games before this, can come on. And looking at UITM FC, they've got to do with what they can to try and salvage some pride with 2 games to look forward to next season. I'm just looking at the group here before we kick off. It's massive night for PKNP. As I say, the permutations are simple. They've got to get a win here, and they got to hope that PJ City does not secure a point or a win. Because if PJ City does secure a point, they'll be going down to goal difference. That will be a tough one, as PKNP has found it not easy, as they've conceded 5 goals in the last game at Larkin against JDT. And Giancarlo in white and grey will be kicking from left to right in for PKNP. Or UITM in full rate will be kicking from right to left. Again, Giancarlo just towering header above Amirul Ashraf. He'll be no match if he starts picking on Amirul Ashraf. I think Bernard will be the man in charge of Giancarlo up front. As you can see, the physicality that Giancarlo possessed, he was a nightmare for many defenders for PKNP, and early on even PJ City, when he played a couple of games before he transferred himself to PKNP. Syed Arif, who's found himself a bit of a regular under Ismail Zakaria, but they've certainly found it really hard in the Malaysia Cup. Not an easy group from the start. You're picked out alongside some Super League sides and alongside Jodo Takzim and PJ City, who had a strong end towards the Super League. And UTM find themselves at the bottom of this table now. Fadil just knocking it back. Pedro Victor, who's done really well in this campaign. Seen him make a couple of runs, contribute 2 goals so far in 4 games. Certainly one of those who's actually played in a couple of positions this season for PKNP and finally probably found himself in a centre-back role. Now Bernard just opts to go back to Asfar. Asfar goes long. Target intended. Zarko. Zarko wins it. Mekon earns a foul. You could already see a little bit of pattern of play from UITM, perhaps just trying to bypass the midfield, knowing that PKNP possesses good pressing game. Try and knock it to the height of Zako Korach. Zako perhaps one mic on. And also Isman Solen has been given a start tonight to be as close as possible. This is UITM's second participation in the Malaysia Cup. The first time was in 2017. Now the ball's been given away. Nice little work here in the middle of the park. It was Hafiz Ramdan just losing out. And then now Fadil Idris. Now goes back to Pedro Victor. Fadil just sitting in the hole. Now Aidil Azwan, who's been given a rare start. The youngster has been brought up from the under-21 side, starting in a right back position a couple of times. She's more than a couple of times this season that Abu Bakar Fadzim has called on the youngsters. As we know, they've had a long journey in the Super League this season after finding themselves second from bottom, having themselves relegated for this season into the Premier League. Again, PKNP just overloading that midfield, wins the battle but then gives the ball away straight to Bernard. Asfar under pressure. Now again, it's been 5 minutes since the game has started. Both sides still trying to get their tempo right. A couple of players yet to get a touch on the ball, just having a feel, knocking the ball around. Pressure certainly on the home side. They'll be keeping a close observation on what's happening at PJ. As Joe Dal Takzim taking on PJ. Now down the left-hand side. Philemon Anyi plays short. Hafiz Ramdan only could go back. You can see a very tough setup from Ismail Zakaria sitting below the half line. Only Zarko and Mekon is allowed to perhaps push a bit higher when they are without possession. Hafiz knocks it long. Giancarlo got his first touch right. Couldn't edge himself for the second. I think he's been called for offside. Asfar taking all the time to try and find his target. Can't be further than Zarko. Just lets it. No Salam. And as you can see, as soon as that ball was launched by Asfar, Mekon just drops in a bit closer towards Zako Korach. UITM in the Premier League this season was joint top scorers, 33 goals, along with Sabah. And out of that 33 goals, 13 goals came from Zako Korach. They lost Robert Mendy halfway through the season. That's where they lost half the other goals, a man who certainly contributed. Now pknp with a chance. Just couldn't find the runner, Yashe Pinto. You can see both the center backs in Amirul Ashraf and Bernat just dropping really close with Asfa, not allowing that space to be exploited. Said Arif finds Noor Salam. Not too long. pknp back with possession, now with a chance. Again, too close to Asfa. Khairul Ashraf. Who has certainly won the trust of Abu Bakar Fadzim towards the end of the Super League. Now Philomenanyi with a bit of space. Hafiz Ramdan dropping really deep. Again, playing little 1-2s in areas where it's very, very comfortable for UITM. Knocking 5-6 passes in your defensive half. That's not possession, that's just very comfortable moments for opponents. Nice little work here. Khairul Ashraf trying to find a run of Aidil Azwan. And then Aidil Azwan, a bit of inexperience. Gives a foul away to Amirul Ashraf. And again, Asfar just taking his time on all those free kicks. It's only 9 minutes into the game. He's taking about 40-45 seconds on every kick. Knocks it long, Zarko Korach. But the angle on the ball made it really difficult for Zarko. Shazan Zaipo finds Pedra. A long ball, Giancarlo! That's just really clever from Giancarlo. Again, we were mentioning about how he is no match when those long balls are hitting. Early long ball, but it's all about the clinical finisher. And if you look at how clever Hafiz Ramdan, he just turns, sees the opportunity, Giancarlo in between the defenders, and then he puts it beyond Aswa. And that's a massive, massive start for pknp. As they will need to win here if they want any hopes walking into match day 6. Here, right in this match, with a great little start to their top marksman, Giancarlo. Again with pressure, Giancarlo! Giancarlo! Asfa this time read it well. Giancarlo maybe was in two minds before he unleashed that shot. Giancarlo, again, in the right place, in the right time. Now, UiTM, not an easy venue, I can tell you. Any Super League side in the Super League has visited this stadium and has found it hard to get result. And when you're down this early, you need a bit of reaction. That's what UiTM need. That's what Ismail Zakaria's side needs. Now Shazwan Zaipo knocks it right. Aidil Azwan, nice little football. That goal certainly given a bit more confidence to move the ball quicker. Nice little work. Giancarlo sets it up. Giancarlo plays it long. Back to Hafiz Ramdan. Hafiz Ramdan plays it wide. Redwell. Bukhari Ajmal just perhaps playing in a bit of a free role along just behind Yashe Pinto and Giancarlo, looking for those little combination play in those areas. Now Macon's got Zako. Referee had a deep thought about that before he gave that foul away. Bukhari Ajmal just knocking into the back of Macon. And clever little work from Macon, just dropping across Mukairi, knowing if Mukairi had any intention of winning that ball, he probably will make a foul or he allows Macon. But now, pknp with a free kick to deal with. No Salam Zainal knocks it long and high. Not dealt with really well by Philemon Anyi because he knocks it right back into play. Right into the left foot of Afif Ashraf, who was not settled before he unleashed that shot. A bit of reaction, a bit of positives for UiTM to build on. Still lots of work to be done. pknp clearly the better side with a goal. The only thing probably damning that good start for pknp in Manjung is if they'd heard the news at PJ, then probably that wouldn't help, because PJ City has taken a lead against Johor Darul Takzim. An early lead for the PJ side. That would not only give them the 3 points, but that now, as live, they are top of the table. Salam playing it short, trying to find a run of Afif Ashraf. Getting more involved, No Salam Afif, who sits just behind Zarko and Maicon. And now they lose possession. Yasher Pinto. Again, those long balls dealt with pknp pretty well. They know the target. It's not further than Zako Korach. Baebyum Gyun, the goal scorer for PJ City, who takes an early lead. Now again, well read by Shazwan Zaipo. Knocks it straight and long. Giancarlo, is he onside? Yes, he is. Bukhari making his way into the box. Hafiz Ramdan makes his run as well. Yashe Pinto in the far post. Hafiz Ramdan Place it back, Philomenani. And Fadil Idris knocks it straight back into half line. Opportunity to put in the ball. But PKNP opting a bit of possession. Perhaps a bit of cushion with that 1-0 lead. Now, Philemon puts it early to Giancarlo. Always going to win that header. Now, Yashe Pinto sees the run. Ideal Azwan. Ideal cuts it back into the 6-yard box. Couldn't find a man in white. Now, no Salam is trying to launch an attack. You can see PKNP in a very good shape, dropping really quick. Again, PKNP just getting into good areas, good little play, good little football, creating space for the width. Ideal Azwan, the youngster who's been brought into the side, having a bit of joy in the offensive run. Now Macon. Again, wasted opportunity. Ashraf Haikal. Now, back to Shafiq Afifi. Goes long. Couldn't find Yashe Pinto. Now Macon winning the second ball. Can UITM keep possession a bit longer? Can UITM be a bit more penetrating? The answer is no. No Salam gives away the ball. Giancarlo loses possession as well. Now again, Ashraf Haikal down the right-hand side, trying to find Zarko. Now again, Hafiz Ramdan giving those early balls. Yashe Pinto! Yashe Pinto! That's a sitter. Vision of Hafiz Ramdan. Sees the run early. And then Yashe Pinto thought it was a decent first start, cushioning on his chest. Was in front of him, and then perhaps uses the inside of his boots. Bending wide. Could have been two. Now Yashe fancies a little 1-2. Not returned. Mukairi Ajmal. Again, always in good areas to link play. But his return pass, it's not been a very successful rate. Now, no Salam. Macon. He's got Zako. Zako Courage! Great save! Shafiq Afifi made himself big. Good little play from No Salam. Sees the run of Macon a bit early. Macon in the right areas. He gets a thumbs up from Zako Courage, who's in between the defenders, but then it was all about Shafiq Afifi making himself really big, brave, out for a corner. Now, opportunity for UITM for the first corner of the match. Zako, Macon, Bernard. Long and high. Wide. Well, I did mention about they need a bit of reaction. They've had their first fair share of action, almost resulting in a goal. Macon will fancy himself getting into those areas. Zarko will fancy himself getting in those areas where he can perhaps get at the end of a cross. Now, game on. Amirul goes back to Asfa. Asfa knocking it long, but finds Zarko. Again, Zarko showing his physical prowess. Now, down the right-hand side, Ashraf Haikal. Again, another long, probably going to be handled by Philemon Anyi. Hafiz Ramdan still under pressure, knocks it wide. Isban Solohin's been a bit lively down the right-hand side, just on the right shoulder of Zarko Korach. But now PKNP with an opportunity to perhaps put the ball through. Bernat's been called for a foul. Perhaps more on how his right leg actually lashed out at Mukairi. Now, with this height that PKNP possess, Yashe Pinto Giancarlo certainly missing Amani Aguinaldo tonight. Was another one of those who can give a bit of presence. Fadil Idris himself. Oh, nice little ball. Ideal. Defended well here by UITM. Ideal Zafwan again. Take two! What a save from Asfa. Don't think he knew too much about it. Yashe Pinto. Pedro Victor was in there as well. Can't believe. Ideal take two. This time measures his cross. And it was Pedro Victor in those 6-yard box, and you expect him to score. But Asfa denied him. PKNP relentless at the moment. Hafiz Ramdan goes near Asfa. Nice little goalkeeping. Knock it out from any dangerous area. Now, Ideal, who's perhaps had a struggle in the first 5 minutes, now just slowly getting into the match. It's provided some good width to this PKNP side, provided some good crosses. PKNP could be easily up by 2 or 3. UITM themselves maybe with a chance so far in 25 minutes. And live result from PJ Stadium. Jodo Takzim has equalized. PKNP all to play for now. Hafiz Ramdan loses out. Mukairi loses out. And then no-nonsense tackle from Pedro Victor. And I hear it's a stunning strike from Safawi Rashid at PJ Stadium to put JDT on level terms and to give all hopes to the home side here as they themselves face now a moment. Zarko with a push. I think it was a clear push on Pedro Victor as he gets a stab from him, rightly so. And so crucial that your center backs are physically strong and also intelligent enough to be in between those balls, where even a player with such physicality, it's Zarko Korach, needs to foul if he wants to get the ball. Nice little work from Pedro Victor, who's again had a stellar performance in this Malaysia Cup, already 2 goals to his name. Ideal Azwan loses out. Maikon. Hafiz Ashraf, again, that long ball read really well. Now, Fadil plays it short. And pknp has to knock the ball out as there is an injury which needs to be treated. Well, due to the haze, teams are allowed to take a drink. As we know, the haze has hit our country. Klang Valley matches were suspect tonight. All so far has kicked off as planned. 2 minutes short of the half-an-hour mark. It's all been pknp, uitm, maybe a bit of positives that Ismail Zakaria can take. Creating a good chance through his man, Maikon, who put Zako Korac through. But then pknp's goalkeeper, Shafiq Afifi, made himself big to make sure he denied them. PKMC themselves could have been up by 2 or maybe 3. Pedro Victor, with probably most clear-cut chance, knocks the ball straight and asks for goalkeeper of uitm, who didn't know much about it. But point-blank save keeps them in the match. And again, you could see Bernard and Shamil just trying to organize their line better to avoid those physical battles. uitm almost winning a ball with scraps to Maikon. Again, nice little work, as you can see. Just a bit of frustration from Afif Ashraf, asking the ball to be released a bit earlier towards him because he had a bit of space in the middle. But nice little work to earn a free kick. Now, Zako Korac, Bernard, Maikon will be the target. All three have made their way. All three have made their way across the line, actually. One at near, one in the middle, one at far. Can Maikon hit the target? Maikon knocks it near. Confident goalkeeping from Shafiq. Always going wide. Shami Shukri is fancying himself from that distance. It was actually Syed Ashraf. Never understand if you've never hit that in your career. Why keep doing it? pknp with a chance. Launch their own attack. Yashir knocks it long and high towards perhaps not the tallest player in Hafiz Ramdan, but I think he intended to find the run of Giancarlo. Again, pknp with a couple of lightning quick counter-attack. They've always possessed that with them, especially since they've signed Giancarlo, who sits right on top in between centre-backs. As we saw, Yashe Pinto breaking through only not to score the second goal. uitm now with an opportunity in the offensive half. Maikon. No Salam loses out. No Salam. Deflected. I thought Afif Ashraf on the first opportunity got into a nice little area, then perhaps not an easy ball on his first touch. And then No Salam on take 2. Good technique, but deflected. Now with a corner. Can uitm make it count? Zarko. A half claim for handball. Not convincing, rightly so. Amirul Ashraf knocks it long. Zarko coming off an offside position. uitm are on a winless streak. 11 matches since they last won against Sarawak. This was back in May. And I mentioned early on, this is all about pride. When you've got 2 matches left, players will be playing for their contracts, playing for their future. The club themselves will be looking at what they can do to improvise for the coming season. With only 180 minutes left for most of these players to prove their worth, it's crucial that they put in their best. Or pknp, on the other hand, who when they took the lead tonight, so did PJ City. But the story has changed since then. Now JDT coming back from a stunning strike to Safawi Rashid will give hope when they walk into the dressing room, which is still a long way to go. 12 minutes to go. Anything can happen. uitm now on the attack. Isman Solehin tries to find Maikon! Shafiq Afifi with a touch. Like Ashraf, when he got into that position, he always had a look before he received the ball and saw Maikon in a better position. The Brazilian prepared himself well. I don't think it was the best of strike. Didn't get a clean shot. But worried Shafiq, who had the faintest of touches. Now, uitm with a streak of corners. Maikon goes far. Bernard was the intended target. Said Arif goes back. Amirul Ashraf. He's got no Salam next to him. No, he opts for, again, finds Maikon down his left-hand side. He's got Yashe Pinto. Goes past Yashe. Maikon measures his cross. Good positioning from Philemon Anyi was crucial, because if he had not been in a good position, that ball was intended for Zarko Korach. Bernard, boot. Syed Ashraf loses out, wins the ball back. Trying to thread that pass towards Zarko. But it was Maikon who actually wanted that ball. A bit of spell here for the away side. 2 corners to a bit of a gutsy performance in the last 5 minutes. They put pknp a bit on a back foot. Bit of hope for the uitm side, but still trailing by a goal. Fadil tries to find Giancarlo. A bit too straight, a bit too predictable. Ideal stays on his feet. He's going to earn the foul eventually. And it's been a couple of times this season that pknp has scored from this distance purely because of 2 factors here. One is Giancarlo Lopez. Not many can match his physical prowess. Second, Hafiz Ramdan has got a beautiful left foot in him. Hafiz long. Dealt well, uitm. Not too sure. Now, Aidil! Aidil has one with a toe poke. Sees. And he didn't have much space to perhaps take another touch, improvises it, forces a save from Asfar, capped it low with his toe poke. And Hafiz Ramdan with another chance to find Giancarlo. Yashe Pinto, Pedro Victor, who's already had a chance. Hafiz goes near, well defended. And here, is it in? That was 35 meters out. Hits underneath the crossbar. As far as confident, that has not gone in. Trying to get the name of the player who took a shot. Not easy from the position I'm in, with the hazy situation. How unlucky PKNP's been in 37 minutes of this football match. UITM still very much in it as long as PKNP does not bury their chances. And live results elsewhere at the moment, which is related largely to this match. JDT has taken the lead now, 2-1. After conceding the first goal through Biebyung Yun, Safawi Rashid and Shafiq Ahmad has put JDT up by 2-1. This can only be as pleasing to PKNP, who are up 1-0. Now, with a chance, UITM dealt with. Adil Azwan immediately making his overlapping run. Yashe Pinto sees Giancarlo. Giancarlo up against Amirul Ashraf. Too easy. Take one. Finds, I think it was Yashe Pinto who was running, sprinting, and trying to control a football. That's almost impossible. Again, PKNP just showing their strengths in lightning counter-attacking football. I like how Giancarlo just moves into good spaces, dragging those defenders wide apart, as you could see where Bernard was, where Amiro was taken to the cleaners. You can't defend Giancarlo like that. No, Salam sees wide. Isman Solehin. Can he put in a ball? Still with a chance. Fancies a shot. Now they've got to defend. Yashe Pinto. Yashe. He's got Hafiz Ramdan. He's got Giancarlo. Giancarlo's captain on side. Giancarlo sees Hafiz Ramdan. It was actually Khairul Ashraf who made the final run. Hafiz Ramdan has started the move. Khairul Ashraf made the run. What an opportunity for Khairul Ashraf to put PKNP on a driving seat here. Will they come back to rue these chances? Again, fluidity of play, really quick. Giancarlo spreading really wide and then providing a lot. Again, trying to find the run of Giancarlo. Perhaps could have found Yashe Pinto down the right-hand side. "41 minutes on the clock. Good little start in the first 15 minutes from PKNP. Took the lead as early as possible to Giancarlo's fine header. Bit of reaction from UITM, maybe. 25-minute mark towards the 35-minute marks. In flashes, I would say. PKNP always in this match, always creating chances. Now with a chance! Goes across the 6-yard box. Zarko couldn't get to it. Chance number 2. And Hafiz Ashraf, again with another of those wide volleys. Can't understand, he was closer to goal. But then, you just got to get your body positioning better. They put everything into it. I didn't see that from Afif Ashraf. And Kedah, who's taken the lead in Terengganu now, trailing by 2-1. Similar story in PJ. Terengganu will secure their quarterfinal berth if they win tonight. So does Kedah. It's a break in play due to Hafiz Ashraf just holding on to his hamstring. He executed that volley. No Salam's been largely involved. Was missing for the first 15 minutes. To get a bit of water. They'll need a massive second half. They are playing for pride. A lot at stake. Personal contracts for next season. Maikon's been the star for UITM. His movement on the left-hand side has been good. It's causing a bit of problem to a very attacking-minded Ideal Azwan who's started at right back. But he's found himself more in the offensive half than in his own defensive half, providing a lot of width, good crosses. But at times in defending, Maikon's been clever enough to just peel off towards where Ideal has let loose. 43 minutes on the clock. I assume that there will be some extra time, some decent extra time added by the referee due to the two break in play. PKNP guilty of not putting away those chances they've created. They could have buried this match if they've put that chances away. Now UITM will be looking at themselves and saying, we're still in this. Long ball, trying to find Ideal again. An offensive half. Mukairi Ajmal does not earn a foul. And one not good news for PKNP, only leading by a goal, is PKNP has drawn their last 7 matches at home. Now, Salam just trying to dictate play in the middle, nicely done. Plays it wide to Ashraf Haikal, who could not find Isman Solehin. Well, there's a chance. There's a change that's going to be made. It's a forceful change, I suppose. Afif Ashraf, who's feeling his hamstring right after Shafiq Al-Hafiz comes on. Was tasted as a starter tonight, but perhaps Ismail Zakir had other plans, but has to bring him on early. He started in the last match. Shafiq Al-Hafiz just comes on with a minute of extra time to be played. Results favoring PKNP as they walk into halftime. JDT still leading by 2-1. And if PKNP can keep up with their performance tonight and keep up with them leading, they'll walk into the last match day taking on PJ City with all to play for. PJ City at the moment with 9 points. And PKNP with 4, but with these 3 points tonight, if they can get it and secure it, they'll be 2 points behind PJ City, who are at the moment losing to JDT. But still, football is about 90 minutes. Only 50% of the job done everywhere. 4 matches tonight, live on iFlix. Salam finding wide inside. Ashraf Haikal making that run. And that's halftime. PKNP with a really good performance, but still will be really disappointed with how they're only up by a goal to New UITM. Only a chance to score in this whole 45 minutes. Lots to play for in the second half, as they'll be hearing the score lines from PJ. JDT leading 2-1. That will give them a lot of confidence walking into the second half. We'll be back shortly. There'll be highlights right after this, and we'll be back shortly for second half. It's here at Stadium Manjung. PKNP 1, UITM 0. And early on, it was Hafiz Ramdan with a bit of a intelligence when he saw that the two defenders in Shamil just wide apart. Giancarlo putting that through. Almost Giancarlo getting on the score sheet again. But then it was all PKNP, relentless, but not prolific in front of goal. It's been the team in the first half. Now, this is what I meant. Yasha Pinto, good first touch, cushions it, but then just puts it wide. Then perhaps the best chance from UITM. Mike on to Zako. But Shafiq Afifi making himself really big, puts it wide for a corner. And then Pedro Victor, I don't know how he scored that, but yes, you can see on screen Asfa with a point-blank save. Couple of snapshots from Maicon outside the box. Then PKNP again, hitting underneath the crossbar. I think it was Philemon Anyi. And then Giancarlo puts it through. And how has Khairul Ashraf not buried this? And the score remains at 1-0 here at Stadium Manjung. PKNP 1, UITM 0. All to play for in the second half. See you shortly.